emails. Susan created that. How many emails do you have, sir? Tell me.
Hold it. Thomas Magnum, is that you? Who's that?
Yes, sir. That's me. That's my email name, T Magnum.
Uh-huh.
But we're live. We're recorded. It's the
Okay.
honorable Rabbi Yosef Edery. I've contacted him. We're doing a meeting here, and I told him how great he is, how great that video is. I sent you guys. You looked at it. I know all you women. You're looking and thinking the same thing, and it's important they like you, and they do. And it's important you're a quality guy because they're quality women, and you are. So it's go time, is all I'm saying. And now he just told me, anybody listening, he's already got 20. Are you serious?
We have 20 people in the Lion and the Lamb Noahide WhatsApp group. We're talking about the group that pushing forward the Jewish prophecy agenda, and right now we're working on the Sanhedrin gathering, which is going to take place in a few months, and very close to the holiday of Passover.
Nice.
The
Oh my God. Yes, that will
they,
be. Oh, wow. We'll be floating around, but there will be a fight. You know that, right?
nothing good comes easy, yeah.
Well, here's what I mean by that. Let me give you an example, okay? Let's say that it's the beginning of Passover, and all of you Hebrews are meditating on the times, the midget. That people, did you know angels a midget? Pharaoh was a midget, correct? Yossi? Pardon me, Honorable Rabbi.
Yes,
He was a
Pharaoh
midget.
was Amma high, which is about a foot and a little bit high, and his
Wow, that's amazing.
whatever was a foot and a little bit because he was king and he had a lot of time on his hands, I
Yeah.
guess.
Why would Hollywood Cecil B? It was just no, who directed the film? Why would they make Pharaoh Yul Brenner? Tell me that. Not a midget. The guy in Game of Thrones. You know that actor, the midget?
But it's the reason. I mean, Hollywood every time they even when they try to do a Jewish story, whether it's the Ten Commandments or the story about uh, I don't know anything that's connected to Noah or whatever we call in the Jewish community we call it. They have to roast the pig over the movie. In other words, they can never do it proper 100% according to the Jewish tradition. They
They.
always have
They.
to
They. Yeah.
throw a few things into the movie that make it impure.
Yes.
Like and also a lot of times they don't like to do the stories that the Jews win. They love to do the stories that the Jews lose.
That's
The story of the
idiocy.
temple being burned down,
Idiocy.
they'll have
Idiocy.
a video about that.
Okay.
The story of the last rebellion in Judea when the last few Jews were choked out of the Holy Land, that they'll make a video about. But
Hmm.
the story of Hanukkah, which is a victory story of the Jewish people, that they won't make a video about.
I don't understand.
So
We're gonna make I aspire with your assistance because in every conversation I've had since I've known you and other things that have appeared or I've seen and heard, I don't. People, would you agree? Never mind. I can't ask you that. You're biased. I've experienced that the only way I know how to convey it in English is, first of all, knowledge. I don't want to say I know it all about the Bible and the Old Testament too, because I studied. And it is the remarkable amount of information that I never, nor do other Christians, know. What is that all about? And maybe that's the Honorable Tobias. I don't know. Could be, hey, you Christians are stupid. Let's get you educated. That's not the way to do it. Your way is the way to do it. You know that. Nice job. The recording that I asked for yesterday, where I lost it, and things happen. I've told you this on our computers. Even the angels have had where lilac is suddenly thrown into and under the ocean at the same time we're discussing baptism and such and so forth. Weird stuff. My set and do you want to learn to be a DJ? You can learn in 2 hours. We'll set you up with Sam, $10 a month, gratis. You could actually write when the kids and the wife go to bed. You could have a selected group of individuals. This is true. It could happen tonight. Hey, gang, I'm going to be teaching on Noahide laws. You have Lilac or anybody, you don't waste your time. Start delegating every fucking thing. You're too busy. Think about how can I delegate? Who can I give this to? Throw it to me. I'll throw it to Lilac. I'll throw it to somebody.
Yeah,
Surgeon, delegate that.
because I mean, like if you saw Elon Musk, when they asked him about the metaverse and all that, so he said that he's not feeling it yet. He said that a lot of people are like running into it and everything, and they already got used to it. He said that playing games on a computer screen is very interactive, but wearing the full VR headset, for example,
Now,
he said that people get dizzy, people get
this,
start getting
okay,
imbalanced.
thank you. Because
One
that,
second, one second, one second.
yep,
So, but I'm saying another thing. I'm saying another thing. You're correct about the delegation. And the Rebbe also talks about this. This is also part of the advisory concept, which is that, people find themselves in different places, and obviously, wherever a person's mind is, that's where he's actually,
ooh, yes, that's
that's where
correct.
he is.
That's correct. Poverty, sin and poverty. Go ahead. Ha, go ahead.
So when let's say if there are people that wherever they may find themselves in the world or in the metaverse or whatever you want to call it, if you can have an influence on other people in a positive way, whether it's teaching about the seven laws of Noah universally, and if you have a following and if you have people that listen to you, then definitely every person and wherever he is should teach this message, and that makes the world a better place slowly but surely. So 100%, I'm down with that.
Oh,
Um,
well, may I?
yeah,
May I?
yeah,
Okay, thank you. These gentlemen, which you just referred to, these geniuses of our current culture, Elon Musk, South African genius, yo, yeah, SpaceX, so much money has been thrown at him. I'm not saying the guy's not a genius, but there's a lot, okay, what they don't understand, they see it. Mark Zuckerberg, the Jewish man, over Elon. Elon's not Jewish, is he? You
I
know,
don't think so, no.
I don't think so either. But Mark Zuckerberg, who is a visionary, much like us, and your point is well taken, focus on kindness, joy. That's what we teach, and it works, man. You start focusing on joy and love, and you will watch what happens in your life. Now, I'm not saying you don't run into dickheads because we're filled with them in our culture, but you deal with them by moving away from them, just separate. So, this vision that Zuckerberg had, he just got it because he knows Facebook is not interactive. People go onto a plastic two dimensional and you make it interactive. But my ex, who I told you works in the most richest county in the world, Fairfax County, right out of DC, school teacher for 20 years. She's been on the site. She's interacted. She's done the Avi where you can put a dress on. You can be anything, a rabbi, a Jap, Jewish American princess. You know what that is, right? Jap, do you? Do you?
No, dude.
No. Okay, thank you. Jap. It's not a pejorative. I love it. Hey, there's a Jap, righteous, classy lady. We have Lolly, who's Queen Yukon representative, and she had a rough life. Took her into a visual of a castle and a throne. She's seated at it. I mentioned this to you. First of all, let's get to the mental, which is everything, which is where we have to go 2.0. We're never going to make it. You understand that. Many people, you go, hey, you create your own thoughts. Huh? What are you talking about? And New Age, Yossi, has never been connected with Judaism. Let's take with Judaism. Now, you take the human mind. In order for anything to manifest, there's got to be excitement, desire, motivation. You know that. Your webpage is a perfect example. It was the thought first. It was a thought first. Then it manifested because you were
Yeah.
excited about it. That's everybody. That's the law of life, incubation, manifestation. But we're so sucked down in our programming when you were popped out of mama, it was your last name of your dad, and it was your parents' belief that your hard drive was programmed, as mine was from two Christians. Here we are, you and me. You have your subconscious programming for 30 years. You were indoctrinated in Judaism. Me, Christianity. What are we going to do? Push it aside. I don't care right now. But in this discussion with my wife and what we have done and what Mark Zuckerberg, forget the glasses, just look at your screen. That's cumbersome right now. Look at your screen. Lolly looked at the screen and the mental tool that is available for you. Let's say that you are in a office on a screen and you're seated in your avatar at a desk. And another avatar comes in, a student that Lilac has outfitted, and the student can do their own technical adjustments. You can tell them, I want you to wear this. All my students, when you come to my 2D office, they come into your office. You say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? This is all in type, or you can be over the airwaves like I was. Gratis, it's offered to you now. Training, it'll take you 2 hours. You'll be up and running, not sleeping. You could create a schedule with times, provide the link. Trapper, hey, Dr. Trapper, get on and do your thing. Hey, Sean, get on and do your thing. Teach some, mental discipline before you even think about swinging your arms. And and so you're in your posh new, your state of the art 21st century. You could even create a new design. In other words, I've started the honorable rabbi. That's going to continue. It has to, in my mind, because of obvious reasons in my mind. But if you look at a typical old-fashioned rabbi's um, study office where I'm presuming you've been at one time, and you think, that looks so old-fashioned and shitty and antiquated, let's tweak it up. So you give the specs on a new, this is just an example, you give it to, hell, we got three deco herbs, pixel decorators, you get a Disney pixels, that's what Mark Zuckerberg sees with this. But he's seen it for the sexual capacity. Oh, geez, that's what we need more of, right? We saw it from it's what I'm sharing, and thank you. But so you're in your office, you're seated, and you've developed a whole new look when somebody comes into an honorable rabbi's office. What do you want it to look like? You have a vivid imagination, create it. We can do it or go old fashioned. But it's on your screen. It's moving. It's like you can click move, you can come over to the student, slap him in the head. You can give him what's called a smack HUD, a spank HUD.
Okay, you're going on about
Hold on, I'm getting to a point. Are you not able to concentrate this long? Tell me, I'll stop.
no, yeah, okay, get to the point. Yeah, I'm waiting.
Thank you. The mind does not know the difference between a real or imagined event. Every time you think back to when your dad was beating you down, I don't mean to say, I don't mean to bring your dad up anymore. Anytime somebody relives a negative experience and they do it vividly, it's as if they're reliving it. Don't go back. When you relive your negative experiences, don't do that. And so, since the mind doesn't know the difference, when you create on your screen, you sitting there, a student comes in, somebody that you know, a son of yours. You're typing to them or you're speaking over the airwaves. They see you, you see them. What we've done is, if they've been abused or anything that has happened negative to them, you can heal them. You can heal their mind. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
With this is I don't do gray area.
You told me about this. You told me about this.
It's true. It's true. And Lolly is not a liar. She was abused and raped. Her mother abused her viciously at 6 years old. And I told you it was on. And I told my wife who knew Lolly and who knew about Second Life and this, and I said, Hannah, this. And I said, let me ask you this: if this was applied, this what I'm sharing with you, this tool she knew of, would that be huge? And she goes, oh hell yeah! And we're sitting on it. Zuckerberg wants to make money. He wants to hire 44,000 because it does require. But boy, what we could do with just 1, 2 people for you. I mean, you set up somebody that's going to. We can do that. You have that tool available. It's huge. It's powerful. Lolly was
Okay, okay.
okay. That's it. That's it. You have that available. You can make and create anything on a 2D screen. You can run radio. You can do time, and you're in the cloud. There's no jurisdiction at all. Now, back in the '60s,
Okay.
yeah, no jurisdiction. There's no licensing, no jurisdiction. Go wild, young man. I'm done. Go ahead. You got that. You've got that available. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Now, back to the regular world for now, for a few moments.
Forever.
So we have the Sanhedrin market, and we hopefully will launch that in the next few days. And
Could you
we
could,
have
would you be kind enough to give that some details? You said we're going to launch in a few days. How many days, and what does that mean exactly? If you'd be so kind, thank you.
okay. So we're waiting on, as we said earlier, as we spoke with Bobby Lee, we're waiting on the holiday vacation to finish so that the
Yeah,
workers on the servers come back,
yeah.
and the servers in Canada, which we're connecting to, be out of the democratic and Chinese grip of regulation.
Was that an
We'll
eye?
be able to launch the Sanhedrin market.
Yeah, was that an eye opener for you?
Exactly when is not up to me. It's not up to David. It's up to the people running the thing from behind. Of course, we're banking on this to be a platform where people can buy goods and services. Anti-inflation policy holds the value. Exchange all currencies. And of course, the success of the Sanhedrin market will allow for the Sanhedrin to have
Yeah,
for the 70 scholars, the Jewish scholars, to be able to focus all their time on this on spiritual matters.
Where do they meet now?
And
Do they meet now?
not when the what?
You mentioned the Sanhedrin, a council of how many? 70, 72?
Yeah,
And do they meet regularly now in real life? Stupid
no,
council.
they do not.
Well, they
No,
have,
they do not.
let's do this. There's 70 of them.
No, once again, you have to understand, we are initiating this Sanhedrin. We are relaunching the Sanhedrin. The last time the Sanhedrin was properly established was 2,000 years ago in the Second Temple.
Oh
There's
boy.
many, many attempts
Oh,
throughout
no.
history
Who's going to come?
to relaunch
Yeah.
the Sanhedrin.
Well, this is it.
Napoleon tried,
Who's going to
many rabbis in recent years. Who's going to qualify? So we have the two parts of the Sanhedrin is the Shoftim and the Yedim, the scholars and the advisors. The scholars have to be ultra Orthodox Jews, which know
Right.
how to read the Bible.
Right, right.
The advisory group can be people like David or myself,
Yep.
or kinds of people that are
No hype
smart enough and educated enough to understand what the Sanhedrin are saying.
That's no hype.
And
Let the Gentiles in.
bring that
Folks listening.
to their community.
Folks listening. Gentile listening. You think the Jews exclude you? Gentiles listening. You think the Jewish people exclude you? You're inaccurate. You need to study. They have painfully said, "Come on, Gentiles, but we've got rules." What's the problem? You know, everybody thinks Jew. Oh, it's a Jew culture. It's a Jew clique. Bullshit, right?
100%. The Jewish people's job is to be a light unto the nation.
Mhm.
That's why we're here. We cannot work. We have no purpose in this world other than to share the Torah and share Hashem's message
Let's go.
to the world. That's our purpose. So it's not a solo message.
Yeah.
We have to be holy. We have to be separate in order to be clean and to be able to take in the
Standards.
the Bible in its pure form. But that doesn't mean that we're trying to push ourselves away from the world. The opposite is true. Our job is to spread the messages of goodness and kindness and
that's missing.
the Bible into the modern world.
All this missing. The code. The righteous code given to Adam and Eve and all the way up. It's documented. It's documented. It's ancestry.com. Am I wrong? When I say, here's what I mean. Let me qualify this because I've been spouted out, but nobody's coming back refuting this. And it seems like the most ridiculous proof that anyone has. You all, you chosen by God, Yahweh, Hassan. It's what I'm saying is I see any genealogy and it's there. It's literally there from Adam and Eve up to Reb Shua, right?
100%.
Now, what if my thinking goes, wait a minute, we got this ancestor, hey, discover your ancestors, Gentiles, past, where you guys, you chosen people of God with Adam and Eve, and the killers Cain and Abel and Noah and all that. It's documented. You cannot say, well, that's a dream. When one researches kings of Europe, they go back to Romulus and Remus. They end at mythology, sir. Did you know that?
No, I do not.
Well, I've taken it.
Lab somewhere.
I'm saying I did the following. Exhaustive. Habsburg. Let's take the Habsburg. That's a famous. Is it Habsburg or even the UK? The king and queen and I can't. If you keep going, who was the father? Who was the father? On Wikipedia, which I did, all of the royal European genealogies go back to Romulus and Remus, the raping of the Rapine women, and that's Rome. Interesting. Rome is the home of the Pope. Jerusalem's home of the Jews. The battle is underway right now.
100%.
Yep.
The world right now is in a very unstable situation.
No, I mean,
People are worrying.
I mean the battle between Roman law, Roman Catholicism, Pope,
Yes, yes.
that has been established under.
It says that Jerusalem cannot be built. Once Jerusalem is built, another city has to fall, and if that city rises, Jerusalem has to fall. It's either or.
Catholicism, because people don't pay attention, they're so busy and distracted trying to make a living, and sex and all the joys that are provided us, they don't, they're not aware. They don't research. And if they did, it'd be a different world. You can provide them that opportunity now because they're hungry for it. And we have a stage that they can be entertained with music, play Jewish music, the shofar, whatever, and then take them into a setting and give them these. You could construct right now. I could give Lilac instructions. You could prepare 70 Sanhedrin Abbeys. Here's an example. They're ready. She runs them by you. You sign on. You go, okay, that's good. It's a quick sign on. That looks good. You res, and there you are. And you could say,
Okay.
oh, how are you going to qualify these Sanhedrin? Who's going to qualify? You have a group of people?
Right now, the truth be told, we
Yes.
need to see a huge surge in people signing up, people being interested in the Sanhedrin initiative.
That's not a problem.
We need that to happen.
Okay.
We need to push the Sanhedrin events.
That's right. Attract, not push. Not push. Not push. Not push. Attract. We need to attract.
Yeah.
We will attract. Okay. Not need. We will attract. But Yahweh, He's the gamer.
Once we have the numbers, we can go to rabbis and political leaders here in Israel. Tell them, look, we have the numbers. The people are interested. We're not joking around. Why don't you join us?
Got it.
Because we're going to be going, and it has nothing to do with whether you join us or not. We need to show that as much as we can.
Show force. Oh.
And then they'll be like, okay, we better join if we still want to be relevant. That's where we want to bring them.
I would like.
In order to do that, we need to get as many people. We need a couple tens of thousands of people to reserve a spot. Or you don't have to, even if you're not coming to Israel.
Yeah, sign up. Get the dollar. That's
for
genius.
And we could add a list, and we can show this list to the people that need to see it, and they'll say, okay, this is serious. This is happening. All right, here's my money. Here's my support. I'll be there. This, that, the other.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, we could technically just make an event, and I'll be talking, and it'll be live streamed. And we could say that we have more people in the audience than Joe Biden has on the typical rally. But obviously, that's not what we want to do. We want to establish the Sanhedrin, and it's really up to every single one of us. And again, we're not asking anybody for any donation at this point. We're not asking anybody for any physical help. We just need people to sign up with their email and their name, and we're not gonna bother them with pocket knife advertisement. We're not going to do any of that. We're not giving their email away to anybody. We're just using it to show the people that need to see it that there's an interest, and that there are people all over the world that are interested in the Sanhedrin being established and in us pulling it off.
Wow.
So that is the number one priority right now, as far as I'm concerned. As far as, again, once we have a Sanhedrin, we can establish a king. Once we have a king, we can build a temple. The Jewish people are now fulfilling only 87 commandments from the 613,
Yeah, you told me.
which we should be fulfilling. And once we have the Sanhedrin, we can crown a king. Once we have a king, the king can give a command to build the third temple. Once we build the third temple, we can destroy the nation of Amalek, or obviously
Gog and Magog.
first basically the enemies of the Jews that are not interested whatsoever in living in peace. But hopefully we shall see a war of peace instead of a war of all of that. But the point is, the world will be a better place. Hashem's presence will be revealed in this world, and the rest is history.
It already is. You've already begun.
That really, if we any Christian, any Muslim that's praying, any Jew that's praying, on a regular basis, anyone that's been hoping and praying, this is the moment. This is.
I like how you said, this is the moment. I like the way you said that. This is the moment. That's beautiful.
A little bit of your style
Yes,
rubbing.
yes, yeah. No, that's natural, man. You are a funny guy, man. I hate to say them and shit. Your dry humor. Okay. How about yes, and yes, there is plenty of opportunity just for myself. Hell, I could sit here all day and just, I will too. When this recording's done, I believe what you've already stated is adequate, succinct, and articulate enough to have Lilac convert this to a YouTube with your authorization, Your Honor. And what cover art do you want? You want the Moshiach cover art on this YouTube because it's audio only. And when this is completed by her, thank you, Lilac and Lali and Queen Jacqueline and Queen Boaz. We like to role play. There's a temple already in existence in our mind up in the sim, but we're going to start blasting all the Mashiach rabbis pages with this recording. Yep.
100%. 100%.
Blast! There's another site. I wish you would go look at it because you should go on there. It's called godlikeproductions.com. Check it out. You could post. It is a site that, my God, you will have global attention in 5 minutes. No shit. Godlike Productions. Godlike Productions. Oh, wow. Just check it out. And I'm going to go on there. I've been banned so many times. Well, yeah. We're going to post there too. And so that's going to go just for the couple people. They will be attracted to this. And
of course, anybody that has friends that they think.
Oh yeah, they will. Yeah, go.
We need everybody to share this with their friends. Again, if you have people in Israel, it's even better because actually maybe in more ways than one. But again, it's about at this point, it's about the numbers. It's about showing support.
Yep.
Any person can. We have actually on our website, on the bottom of our website, we have an option where you can sign up, and it actually asks you, how do you want us to see you? In other words, you can choose to be an advisor, a scholar, a supporter, just interested.
That's cool.
So you can, if you think that you have advisory potential and you want to be an advisor, you can check that off. If you feel that you're more of a scholar, you can check that off. If you want to support the group, then you can press the support button. If you're just interested, you want to follow the events and kind of support from the side for now, then that's perfect. And you can also write us a little bit about yourself if you want. You can give us your name, your email. That's the required, and the rest is not required. If you want to add your phone, you can add a phone number later. If we make a group on WhatsApp or something, we can send you an invite. But that's kind of the situation.
How do you plan on dispensing discipline when you see a bad rabbi being bad? Anywhere, there, here, online, on the LNL, and take me. You said, Dave, tell me.
Our main objective is to remember one thing, that we're right now being optimistic. We're right now working, going up. we're upgrading the situation. Anybody that has a problem with success, or he becomes bitter because he sees success, and he starts to fuss about it, then we can't have them part of the group. Not because we don't like them, but because they're going in a different direction than when we're going.
What I do is
So
I just a suggestion. I hear, and that's um,
we don't have to ban them. They'll leave by themselves because the success is going to just get them pissed off, and they're going to say, "Oh,
well, I'll
who's
give,
stealing my idea or whatever?
let me
This is exactly what I wanted to do, and I'm supposed to be in
yeah,
charge and whatever, and all this nonsense." And then basically we get the point.
okay.
We leave.
Well, here's the thing.
They leave.
Here's
We don't want to. We actually the other way around. We want to invite everybody, and we do want everyone to take part. And we do believe that even people that could be bitter still have something good in them, and that's why we're in touch with them in the first place. If they can get over themselves and join us, that would be perfect. But if they can't, then they can't.
here
Can't.
here's I got it. Here's why I ask. I ask solely because of real life experience up in the cloud on the sim, your kingdom, our kingdom, at your call. There are gals that they are called angels because they've accepted something. And they've accepted it, but they're still living with programmed hard drives, their minds of negativity. It's out there. You know it. So this gal, I'm gonna mention her name. She works with people with brain damage. Been abused, Christian, and she likes Christ. And this is our realm. Let's call her Jew. She likes Judaism, but she's a bad girl because of whatever. But she aspires to be better, but she's struggling with being good. And so we have you say no ban. I say for her, she went away for months and she was a mess. Her avatar was a mess. And she percolated and she came back. It's called a prodigal, sir. You know that story?
Son, yes.
Okay, they're out there. You will meet them.
100%. I have.
And
Kind of stuff.
you're saying to
Yeah.
me, I just want to compare notes and make sure we're on the same page. You are the
Yeah.
ultimate authority. I shut the fuck up. Pardon me when you I shut the hell up when you say, David, shut the hell up. And she came back, and she came back a whole new person. Now, people in the kingdom know that this guy that operates this family that operates, you don't fuck around. You don't lie. You don't have an attitude. Lying is a biggie, and just a constant, never-ending waste of time. You're banned. 24 hours. Bye. Because the greatest, and I tell them this, the greatest experience I ever had as a kid, I remember it distinctly. Mom and dad were a bad discipline, and I did something wrong. I knew it. And they were home alone, and I was alone. We had other brothers. They were gone. It was just me and mom and dad. They said, get your ass in your room now. I went to my room, sat there like a punk ass. They were home, silent. You couldn't separate and divide those two. And I sat there, and I knew it had been bad. I knew I had done bad. And I knew those two didn't say, get the hell out of the tribe, boy. They said, go to your room, think about what you did. That was love. And I sat there, I'll never forget sitting there going, man, they love me. And this feeling of warmth and of love came over me. So you tell me, nah, 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 we're just going to go away. I would ask kindly you rethink that. And you become in your mind first and then manifest a leadership quality that says, you know what? We're not going to ban you. I mean, we're not going to we're not going to say go your own way, but you know what we're doing here. And if you mess it up, I have rules. Bye bye. And so now separation. When they're separated from you, sir, they will think, what did I do? They'll think, what? Okay, I did that. He's right. He's right. That will make you right. It will sustain your wisdom, power, ultimate authority. They will love you for that shit. You know?
David, I have a talent that
I
I
know.
can explain myself
Many.
very, very well.
Okay, well then I'm wrong. Don't
And
discipline anybody. Let them run wild. Go ahead. I said it. Go ahead.
I have a talent that I can explain myself very, very well. So for for the sake of this example, if I am if let's say we have the group and somebody's in the group and they see and I announce a very successful project that's taking place. And someone in the group starts explaining me why they should that why there's a problem with what I did and it's not correct and it's very similar to something that they did and this and that and the other. So it's not the choice to become offended or the choice to react to something that I put out that's positive in a negative way is something that the person on the other end needs to formulate, and he needs to pull that off on his own. He's not getting any help from me. It's like there's 20 people in the restaurant, and the owner says, "Drinks on me," and then there's one guy there that's trying to stop drinking, and he takes it in a negative way.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, "Yeah, whatever. Okay, drinks on me." But he's taking it in a negative way, and he wants to make a whole issue out of it in front of everybody else.
Right.
So the owner doesn't have to throw him out of the restaurant. He's already taking this. He's going to get up and leave on his own because he feels that he can't handle what's going on. There's nothing wrong with him leaving if this doesn't work for him.
Okay.
We're going to run after him and chase him and try to comfort him. He's going to say, "Okay, I want you guys to never drink alcohol in this restaurant again. I want this to be like that, and I want that to be like this. I want the ceiling to be on the roof and the roof to be on the ceiling."
Okay. Let's
So we can accommodate. It's nothing. It's not offense. It's not an offense. And I think it's a little the child, whatever, as you said earlier. I think it's a little different because the child eventually comes back on his own. And I think that as long as you leave the door open, then he'll come when he's ready. You know, sometimes people aren't ready. They just need some time off. They'll come back, like you said. So as long as the door is open and we're not the one who blocked them, they're the one who left, then I think that that's fine. Obviously, there are certain behaviors that are like inappropriate on a level that cannot be tolerated. So that's a different story, but usually it doesn't come to that.
Using your example, thank you for that. Using your example, you use 20, let me use 5 in this bar where somebody's going to buy everybody drinks. And one person just quit drinking. Lilac, who was going to kill herself drinking vodka, and she quit at 32 years old. Okay. So Lilac's sitting there, Lolly's sitting there, you're sitting there, Mom's sitting there, your wife, and everybody, Trapper's sitting there, and Sean will say, all these people, you know them. Okay. Let's get real with your example. Let's take it from impersonal to 20 people sitting there and one guy quit drinking and he's offended. Let's take it down to real now. These are people that you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know these people. I know these people. They're in there and Lilac is offended. You know her. You love her. There's a problem now with your example, in my opinion. You know Lilac. You know she's struggled. You're familiar with everybody. And her attitude, you don't want to do what you just suggested, I hope, because you love her. And she's got a problem. You want to address her problem by saying, get out of here. We don't accept that behavior. We will welcome you back if you will change. If I'm understanding what you're saying, is get lost. Bye. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Right now, if I can give another example.
Yes, please.
Right now, we're in the battlefield and we're in the heat of the fire.
Get lost. You're right.
And
you're right. Okay.
If there's someone that is in that the battlefield is too much for them for whatever reason, then they shouldn't be on the battlefield. For their good, for everyone else's good, because instead of becoming a soldier, they're becoming a liability, taking even more resources off of the battlefield. I am 100% down for when we have time and we get back to camp. We bring out the medics and we do some
now.
Meditation and some psychological tricks, and we try to help them and whatnot. On the battlefield, if we're talking about establishing the Sanhedrin, if we're talking about the ultimate redemption, then you have to come with you have to have your baggage sorted out, at least to a minimal degree.
Boy.
in order to partake. Because if you have too much baggage that you brought with you, then it's going to become the Sanhedrin is just going to need to deal with you, and they won't be able to fix the world.
Let me talk to the listeners now that will be listening to this. Okay, everybody just heard that. The Gentile offered kindness and go away and come back if you can be better. I hope those of you that are listening to this realize what was just said. The recognition that there is at this juncture, because of Chronos, because of the pandemic, because of the culture itself is just rotten. Everybody hates everybody. You're saying, Dave, we can do triage, first things first, bring in the soldiers. Listening to this video, if you are not a believer in God, Yahweh, Hashem, Allah, and a lover of your fellow man, and a beast to get things right for God, don't even apply. Is that it?
Well, every person that's close enough to the concept wants to support, again, at this point, every person, we just need names. So if you don't have, I mean, I guess it does take a certain amount of willpower to put your email and your name in to join a certain cause. Obviously, we want to get, I mean, it's a pretty bold move these days, you know what I mean? Again, if someone puts their name in and he types it and he checks off other, then we know that he just wants to join in for the ride. We're going to show his name to the politicians. They're going to say, wow, there's a very big interest, and we're going to move on from there. If someone puts their name and checks off judges, then we're going to have to interview them and get to know them on a personal level. See if they qualify to be a candidate for the Sanhedrin.
Oh, so that adds.
Types in advisors, then we ask them, would you like to join Lion of the Lamb Advisory Group?
That's perfect.
Where we can continue brainstorming and pick dust till we bring Mashiach.
Perfect.
If someone says they want to be a supporter, we ask them, where's the money?
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, okay.
Support. Do you want to be a film director? Do you want to film for us? Do you want to do this? Do you want to? What hours do you have? Can you help us?
That's beautiful.
And how can we help you?
Okay.
So, person can tell us exactly how committed they want to be to this, and that's the scope of it. Obviously, if someone needs help, we could do that, and we try to get to that. But it's another thing.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. We have so much depth. If you listed what you have and are capable of right now, the tools at your disposal, they would, in my estimation, they are that are hungry for this will come running. I mean, they're going to be rappelling in up to the windows, up to the floors. Are you prepared for that? Just in the extreme, are you prepared for that?
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. 100%.
Are you prepared for a tsunami of notoriety, sir?
A tsunami of what?
Excuse me, I have my back turned. I'm wrapping my baby back ribs. Notoriety.
What? Look, I'm here. I have no. The reason I'm involved in this is because as a child I went through hard times, and I figured, why is the world so upside down? And right now, like, even one of my friends asked me, "Is everything okay? I mean, you're pushing big things."
Yeah.
I said, he's like, "Are you off the meds?" I'm not on any meds, but he's basically telling me, "Is everything okay? Are you sleeping? Are you eating?"
You're not sleeping, I know that.
No, I mean, I might not be sleeping at night, but during the day, don't worry.
Gotcha.
We're doing different shifts.
Today,
in the modern day, if you're still working 9 to 5 jobs, something's wrong. You should have enough passive income to be able to
hey,
walk around with a cigar.
let me add.
Hopefully everyone will be there.
Let me add to that.
So,
You go ahead. I want to say something important. You just touched on something. If I may, I'll remember what I'm going to say. If you want to go ahead.
okay, let me just
Yes.
point, and then you can say what you're
Yes.
thinking.
Yes.
So the only reason I'm involved in this is because, as far as I'm concerned, the world is flawed, and we had, and just in my lifetime, I've seen America go to war and take all the resources and just throw them around and getting people killed and inside jobs and whatnot. And the Israeli government didn't do too much better than that. So I'd like to address the elephant in the room, which is God. And his wish for a presence in this world. And we want to address, everyone's saying, oh yeah, we're waiting for Messiah, we want Mashiach, we want this,
lip service. Yep.
let's get it going. I mean, we're the Jewish people have been wandering around for 2,000 years,
And
getting themselves handed in
I hate it.
every place they go.
Yep.
Now we're here. Now we're talking. Now we have the internet. We have the
Oh my God.
We have the connection.
Let me take it from there.
We have, and let's move on. Let's move on.
Let me grab it.
Let's see what pops from us.
Let me grab from there. We right now, you're a goat. Okay, you're a goat born in 1991. Okay, right? You're a Chinese goat. That is perfect, a Sagittarius goat. One. Characteristics. Auspicious. Heralds a year of promise and prosperity. That's the year of the goat. Kindness, benevolence, as among its meanings. Kindness, isn't this crazy? As peace loving. Look at this, you goat. Peace loving, kind, popular. Wood element. Characteristics ought to be love, peace, to be helpful, trusting, but yet also to be resistant to change. Let's hope that's not. You're not. You should prove it not. But here's the important thing right now. I believe and accept as true, we are in a position culturally on this little planet where you have so many tools and so much depth right now that YouTube has antiquated colleges. I could, YouTube, I mean, I don't think any of us have to work anymore. Truly, I mean, we do, the functions have to be operated, but for those people that enjoy doing it, that's their station. But people that are just hating their existence because of what they're doing, I don't think that needs to exist. That's another fitting and placing and sorting that's coming up. The technology, magnetic power in itself. This guy that I trained with, this CIA banker that gave this present to you, uh, he introduced me to a guy named Mark Goldis out in Sebastopol, named after Russia, where he brought these Russians in. Poor Mark, 20 years with this ceramic that these Russians technology that is like thousands times more conducive than copper. And it's called magnetic power. We got methane, hydrates off that. He showed so much we don't have to work. We can, not meaning that we don't need to take care of ourselves and we don't need to make money, you know. But even right now, what I surmise is going to happen with this Cronus thing, I think it's already locked up. I don't see how J.P. Morgan or any major, hopefully it doesn't take us down. You hear me?
Yeah.
It could. It could. I don't think Yahweh has that. We wouldn't be talking about it. So, but it's going to come. It's coming to us.
We can unplug and replug our. You see, this is another thing I want to talk about, and I want
All
to
right.
address it.
We're at hour and one. We're at hour and one right now. Go ahead on the recording.
The Sanhedrin market is very important to this project long term, because this will give an opportunity for all people of faith to use their money and use their resources and trade on a platform with a currency that actually supports the biblical dreams. And that means that, so if you're working for Tesla, or if you're working for Amazon, then people are going to be flying to Mars or to the moon with very expensive rockets. Yep. If you're using US dollars, then you're supporting wars and I don't know what, and the Chinese probably. And if you're supporting Israel, then you're supporting a Zionist secular government that is scared of its own shadow. But if you use the Sanhedrin market, you'll be able to support the actual Sanhedrin. You'll be able to long term be able to support the physical needs of the holy scholars of the Jewish people. Will be able to focus 24/7 on what God wants from our miserable existence, and how can we bring everything that it says in the Bible, the good things, into this existence, into our
utopia. Utopia.
is the secret sauce that no other attempt, not
It
even
is.
Napoleon had
It,
in
it
the
is.
system.
Well, you know, the,
Napoleon was also like America. He's going around killing people,
Yep.
and that was his back for his currency.
Yep.
And he also wanted to establish the Sanhedrin.
Yep.
Wow. Jewish rabbis that recently tried to establish a Sanhedrin, they just did it, but without thinking through all the details.
Shortcuts.
So through
That's beautiful.
we taking this the low and slow and long.
I know. I, I know. I know. Did you listen to Bobby Lee's full recording? Yes or no? Be honest.
I
No.
wasn't able to open it. I wrote you back that I couldn't open it.
Oh God.
Sometimes you send it in like
Wait. She got this.
mushroom format.
When you. Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that. You're right. And when I was struggling to take what is it on? Somewhere when it's on WhatsApp, it's a struggle to, and I thought about all those people that are trying to, oh, just find a new HR. What? What? It may take you about a month to retool. That's what they're telling people. And waited. I've been up early in the night. I waited for one, and they came Cone Hospital in North Carolina. Oh, I got my check. I sent all this to you. It's a disaster right now. But here's the thing. Here's the thing important now. This recording of Bobby Lee and you can't hear you. And that the recording itself is like so, you didn't listen to it. Here's what I don't think you heard. And I think Lilac made a YouTube out of it. And man, I'm talking to you as if you have heard this recording. When we send this recording of Bobby Lee, and where you can't, the mysterious of not being able to hear you is pretty cool. I mean, you'll go, God, why can't you hear me? But the mysterious part of where Bobby Lee is, oh my God, she says this. She says she's a bank and she's on the coattails of the platinum farmer servers guys. So come on, Bobby. Substantiated to you when you hear it, and anybody listening to that, I'm gonna blow that up too. Send that out. When people hear that 2 years ago, right when the pandemic started, we had 17. China only had 70% of the farm servers. Now they own 90%. They could take the fucking system down. Excuse me. Could they not? If and Bobby Lee's not a liar, they're all going to Toronto because you don't do 1099. Did you hear her say that? No, I got to get you this video. You got to just shut the doors, put your headset on, and leave everybody alone and listen to this. And when you finish listening to this, it's over. You will know, I got this. This is meant to be. And anybody listening to it, anyone listening to this, Bobby Lee talk to a rabbi with the way she's talking to you and the information she's providing you, it is literally as if the great gamer in the sky has Bobby Lee positioned just for you, and you haven't accepted that in its entirety. Well, you're going to when you finish this tape, and let your wife listen to it if she's available. Mind blowing. Your mind is going to be blown. So let's get off and get to that, unless you have something.
Okay. Thank you so much for having
My pleasure. Yeah. Okay, folks.
I'll send you the picture for the video. Okay, bye bye.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.